All right, folks, John Rush here today. Walt McLean, my good friend behind the camera today. This is our review of the 2018, all new for 2018 Honda Accord. Literally from the ground up, they have done a ton of changes on the car, and I will tell you right now, in this particular segment, this is one of the most fabulous vehicles I think I've driven yet in this segment. Richard agrees as well. He can't be involved in the review today, but this is just a phenomenal car. So all new, ground up. It's lower, wider stance, a little longer wheelbase, yet the whole vehicle is a tad shorter. 10th generation. This one has the 2-liter turbocharged engine, 252 horsepower, 10-speed automatic transmission. I'm averaging almost 32 miles to the gallon. It's rated at 22 and 32, but most of mine is in-town type driving, and I'm at 31.6, so almost 32 miles to the gallon. This particular vehicle is the touring model. Price on this car is $36,690. starting at $35,800, but you can get the Accord, you know, down in the high 20s if you want, depending upon how you want it equipped. But you'll just notice as Walt goes down the side of the car, they've just done a great job. The styling is much better than, as far as I'm concerned, it used to be. I love some of the cornered lines. It's got more of an Acura type look to it, which again, Acura is the luxury end of Honda. As we get around here to the back and I open up the trunk, you'll notice it's got ample trunk room. It's actually got a very nice large trunk. You know, the backup sensors, of course, the exhaust pipes coming out the back, which gives it a nice look. The wheel and tire combo on this car, again, very nice. They've done a fabulous job on that. I honestly, folks, don't have a single, actually I do have one complaint, which I'll get to in a minute. So I've got one complaint with this car, and it's really not much of a complaint. It's just something that you have to get used to. So as you come around the side and you open up the back seat, and you know, again, very luxurious, roomy back seat. I don't normally crawl in much anymore, but I wanted to show you this car. This seat right here is set for me at 5'10", and you'll notice how much room I've got in the back seat here. Little fold-down console. There's just, again, fabulous car, plenty of room. The only downside to this back seat, if you're somebody that's taller like Walt, it does have a little bit of a sloping roof line, and of course the sunroof, which kind of comes back into this area, but then they give you some indentation for your head back here. But if you're a little bit taller person in the back seat, you might feel a little bit more confined. But other than that, again, I really have no complaints with this car. It works fabulous. My only complaint, and as Walt comes in and shoots the front of the you know, front compartment here, the driver's compartment and so on, the shifter, and they're using now on this car some of what Acura has been using for a while as far as the shifter control. There's no knob, it's all button driven, and once you get used to it, it's really not a big deal, but it sort of feels awkward at first. I don't know how else to say it. It's just my feeling on it. Big 8-inch display. This has got the Honda sensing, which gives you traffic sign recognition, wireless device charging. This particular car, by the way, is all built in the Marysville, Ohio plant, and even the engine is actually built here in the US. And of course, they import parts just like other major manufacturers do, including the counterparts, GM, Ford, and so on. Even the American car companies do the same thing. This car probably has as many components built on it here in the US as some of the other major lines of vehicles do. So, you know, again, it's an imported car, but really it's not. This car is all made in the US of A, or assembled, I should say, in the US of A. And I've said this many times on our show, car manufacturers really don't manufacture cars like they used to. They've really become assemblers of vehicles. They bring in parts from all over the world, assemble the cars. This one happens to be assembled all right here in the good old United States of America. So again, folks, all new 2018 Honda Accord. So many features on this car. It would take me really an hour to go through every single thing this car has. All I can say is get out and drive this car. This particular model, this Touring Edition, I'll be honest with you, $36,690. It's a great value. This car is fabulous. It really competes well even in the luxury car market with the way the leather, you know, the apportionments inside, the leather upholstery, all of that. This car, as you can tell, very excited about it. It works just absolutely fabulous. So Honda, you did a really great job on this car. I just can't say enough about it. It drives well, handles well, it's quiet, it's functionality, the 2-liter turbo engine, plenty of horsepower for even our altitude here in Colorado. All I can say is get out, test drive this car, go to your local Honda dealer, and when you do, tell them John and Richard Rush from Drive Radio sent you.